Hi, good day. I will be your lecturer for today, and we will be discussing about English communication skills. Okay, but before we start or we proceed with our discussion, I want to introduce myself. Right. So my name is Romwell Colas, and I live in Phase 2B VNG subdivision, Tacloban City. So if you can see, I am a local here, and I've been in three different jobs. Okay, so first job was serving the force in the Philippine National Police. All right, and I served as a police officer for 6 years. Okay, so I've been in patrol, I've been an investigator. So there are a lot of things that I learned during that tenure in the Philippine National Police. And after that, I transferred to a different job, and you would really ask, why did I quit my job as a police officer? Well, that's for a personal reason. We will not be, talking about that in this discussion. So, yeah, I served the force, and after being a police officer, I became a call center agent. So I applied for a job. That urge that you wanna learn how to speak English and how to be fluent. So that's when I really, that's why I applied in the call center industry. Okay, so yeah, and I was really successful in improving my communication skills because I actually developed it. But before I can even construct sentences, okay, I'm not even confident in talking because I don't have the ability to communicate, right? Especially in English. You're a Filipino, and then when you're a Filipino, you would always think that it's really hard to speak that language. Okay, but if you really want to learn, you can. So in this company, I was able to train. They have that what they call the global communications training. So that's where they teach you how to pronounce, how to construct sentences, and how to be confident, right? Delivering your words. Okay. So I became a call center agent for like 7 months. And after 7 months, I became a team lead. So basically a team lead is the one who assists the call center agent. So if they have problems, they have issues, team lead is the one who assists them, who helps them. Right? And after becoming a team lead, you know, I was assigned in Cebu, of course, to this company. So, and when there was an opening, there was a position that was vacant, and that's a recruitment officer, and that I am gonna be assigned here in Tacloban City. So I grabbed that opportunity to be with my family. You don't want to be apart from your family because you always want to be with them, right? Spend time with them. That's why you want to work or you want to get a job because you want to spend more time with them, and that's gonna it's kind of defeating the purpose when you go to Cebu and go to a different place because you're being apart from them. Though you can actually provide for them, but being with your family is different. Your kid always want to see you, and you're not always there for them. So I decided to come back here and take that position. Well, luckily I was able to get that position. I was hired. All right, and well, I served. I mean, um, I've been in the call center industry for 6 years. I mean, not 6 years. That was a police officer. Um, 4 years. So technically, that's already 10 years in service, right? So I was in a call center industry for like 4 years, right? That's a long time too. But well, you want to know the reason why I quit the job too is because I didn't see any growth now, right? So recruitment officer is like being a recruitment officer for the rest of my career. Unless, of course, I go back to Cebu. And that's not an option for me. I want to work here. I want to be with my family. So that's the reason why I applied for a different job. And that's my current position. I am a security manager of a mall here in Tacloban City. And it's a huge mall. I guess you'd probably guess it, what it is. It's the only huge mall here in Tacloban City. All right. So those are the things about me, and right now we will be proceeding with our discussion. Okay, I will be teaching you about basic pronunciation. There are a lot of things that you don't actually pronounce correctly, and most of the time you think that you're pronouncing it well, but you're pronouncing it wrong, right? Those simple words, even those simple words, you would really be surprised. Like, what is that? How it's pronounced? Okay, so yeah, you will discover how to pronounce it correctly. So I have three different pronunciation here. So you can't really read that well because it's kind of inverted in the video, but yeah, I will just have to read it to you so that you will understand and you will know what those words are. So first symbol is for American A. So American A, basically how you pronounce this, like you say ah. Okay, we don't really use that here because we somehow refer to our vowel sounds, how we pronounce like a, e, o, u. So that's how we pronounce it here because that's what we learned in elementary, and we didn't have that orientation when we were in elementary. I don't know in other schools, but from where I studied, I didn't have that, a lesson. I didn't have that subject. I don't know if I was not listening, but yeah, I didn't have that chance to learn it, right? So right now you will learn about American A, okay? So these words, so we pronounce bat, it's either the bat, the baseball bat, or the bat, the animal, right? But how we pronounce it here, we say butt, right? And that's a totally different word. If you say butt and bat. If you say bat, and it's a baseball bat or the animal, when you say butt, it's either the butt, but you're not included, or the butt, your butt here, your buttocks. So those are two different words. If you're going to be pronouncing it incorrectly, of course we will know because we are the same. When we talk Filipino to Filipino, we would understand what you're trying to say because that's what we got used to. But if you talk to different people who speaks the language, they will not really understand you well because they would think differently. So instead of saying you want to say the bat, the baseball bat, they would think that you're talking about the butt, the buttocks, all right? And the other one is pan. So pan, instead of saying pun. So again, those are two different words, if you notice, okay? And same thing with ban and bun, all right? So ban and ban are two different words again. So if you're going to be pronouncing these words incorrectly, you're going to be giving different meanings, right? And mat and mutt. Same thing with dad and done. And cat and cut. So let me just get it closer, the video closer, so that you will see clearly. So the next word is the short I. So this is also where we mostly pronounce words incorrectly because again, we refer to our vowel sounds. So the a, e. So short I is not supposed to be pronounced as e. So if we read these words here, say sit and seat. So those are two different words, sit and seat, okay? Same thing with Tim and team, okay? This goes with bin and bean. So again, two different words, if you notice, right? So if we are going to pronounce it in our language, it's going to be seat. The same pronunciation as seat. So you're going to be confusing the person you are talking with because you're going to be pronouncing words incorrectly, and they would think otherwise. If you're trying to say this, but they would think you're saying this word, seat. It's saying sit instead of saying sit, you say seat, right? Same with Tim and team. So you have to be careful. You have to really know how to pronounce correctly because if you are talking to English speakers, they will really be confused. The meaning, you will confuse them with the meaning of mispronouncing the words, right? So let's go. Continue. Bit and beat. So bit, when you bite someone, and it's different with beat, right? Same thing with it and eat, knit and neat and kin and keen. Okay? So, and the last pronunciation that we're going to be learning today is the long E. So it's just kind of inverted, okay? When you're trying to say deep, you would say dip. So there are words that we try to say things. I mean, there are words that we somehow we know the meaning, but we pronounce it incorrect. So same with beep and bit, heat and hit, leap and lip, keep and kip, seal and so, and feed and fit. Okay, so those are like the words that we commonly mispronounce. So we say, I wanna fit, I wanna fit the t-shirt. Okay, I wanna fit it in the fitting room. So you don't say that. You say, I wanna, fit the dress or the shirt in the fitting room. Okay, so I hope you understand it. Two different words. You will be creating two different words or different meaning, a word of different meaning. You try to say something, it's a different meaning. What you have in your mind is different from what you're saying. So you have to be careful with the pronunciation. Okay, so I guess those are the three basic pronunciation that I want to teach you right now. And I hope that we will have more time to discuss different English communication skills and more detailed ones. But I'm looking forward though. I know that we still have time. We're going to have to be discussing a lot of things. And before we end this discussion, I want to give you some pointers about, grammar rules. Like I noticed that when people or a person try to say did in a sentence, you use it in a sentence. Sometimes when they say did, they will still transform the verb into past tense, their past tense. Okay, and that's not the case. If you are, if you wanna, if you're gonna be using did, you have to. It's the present form of the verb, and bear in mind if you are kind of confused, you just have to think about this word, like what did you did. Okay, so that's totally wrong, right? Because what you say, you'll have to say is, what did you do? So you use did to address the do. So you don't need to transform this verb into a past, its past form. Okay, so what did you do? What did you say? You would not say like what did you said, right? So what did you say? What did you do? But honestly, I still noticed a lot of people that they use did and then still transform the verb into their past tense. Okay, so I guess basically that will be it for now. And again, I'm looking forward to more discussions with you. And I hope that you learned something from our discussion today. And yeah, you have a great day and thank you so much.